let's do another video real quick. Usually I don't do 2 of these in one day. But I like to back up what I'm talking about. I don't like to talk about things that I can't back up. That's something I don't like doing. And we've been saying this in our videos. Do we have the most outdoor demonstrations? Actually, yeah, we do. We have the most outdoor demonstrations on any screen paint I have seen far. Yeah, it's interesting. People have been contacting us. We had someone call us and asked us all kinds of questions about different screens we tested on. Pretty sure half these people some of these people we got calling us are basically projection screen companies. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we had a few people asking us some really odd questions about different companies and stuff like that. Do we test this? Do we test that? How do we compare to this company? How do we compare to that company? Not usually we don't get answers like people who question us on that, but lately since we've been advertising that we're doing business online and offline, we've been getting those kind of questionnaires popping up. But let's get back to this one. Do we have the most outdoor demonstrations? Yeah, we do. We actually literally do. We have more pictures and demonstrations on different size and caliber screens and projectors than any other screen paint or projection screen which I've seen so far. Have not matched in there for demonstrations at all. So what we're going to do is on the Crystal Age Technology Screen Paints website, we are going to put in a huge massive grid like we have on the other page on the Black Series. Has a huge massive demonstration grid. We have somebody asking us about demonstrations on a product, just picked up their entire page and just sent it over to them, so that makes it easier for us to go and picking what videos are what. So we're going to go in and I'm going to design today, and under Crystal Age Technology Screens, it has the most demonstrations for outside. Truthfully, it does. We're going to be taking everything, combining from the Black Series to Crystal Age, all in one big massive grid. So there'll be tons of pictures in there, and we're going to upload all that information. I think one of the demonstrations, we have a page up here, which is picture screen, has over 1,000 picture demonstrations on every kind of projection screen, and just about every house I lived in that displayed our outside technology. That thing is, this player is freaking huge. So I'm going to drag and drop the entire player and just land it there. And the other one's going to be done on all videos. We have videos on one section at the bottom, players at the top. So again, when we get people talking about how their products are weatherproof, no, not really. You can't say that unless you physically had a screen sitting out there for at least about a year showing that product going through all the elements of the outside environment, and then on top of that being able to display a crystal clear image while your screen is outside. These are our demonstrations we have on our account showing our products displaying outside on a $270 projector and with the videos to match with it. So when I make statements that we have the most and more experience on doing projection screen setups, and our products can back themselves as being the most demonstrations outside, we have that capability. We can actually show this. And this is why you're not seeing pictures from the others, because again, they can't produce these pictures because they don't have them. As I said before, the first screens you want to stick outside, even though we have better technology than them when it comes down to our gray and silver and gunmetal products, we don't put gray screens outside. There's a reason why, because they have an extremely rough time trying to maintain contrast and colors. We got everything from inflatable screens to dual projection screens. We got everything that we have done outside on so many levels compared to some people who just don't have anything at all up there. Yet they claim their products are for outside use. No, they're not used for outside unless you have pictures. So we're going to be loading all this up onto the page, and we're going to be setting up a huge banner that's going to say most and more experienced demonstrations outside screen paint products, because we can say that. That's the reason why we did all the demonstrations. We have full bragging rights on just about everything we could think of, because we had the demonstrations. If we say the best in gamer technology, we have it. Ceiling technology, we have it. Projector mapping technology, we have it. Glass technology, we have it. Projecting on floors, we have it. Outside demonstrations, we have it. We're more experienced. If anyone wants to talk about gray screen paint products, I can go back to my archives. I can dig up videos from 10 years ago and show you that been there, done it. I can show you demonstrations where my products have been overseas, where we have major contracts, where we first started black technology, where we had beta testers that were just lining up to show off our products. We can show you. We can show you customers, displays, anything you want to see. Boom, boom, boom. We can show you. They can't do that. They got to get up in the morning and they got to work to get those videos done. We're finished. We don't have to do that anymore. Only demonstrations I'll be showing is the aftermath of people seeing my demonstrations outside on big screens, how they react to it. That's what we're going to be doing next. So they still got to get up in the morning and do that. We don't. And this is why if I sit there and say we have the most demonstrations outside on YouTube, try to find anybody can match our collection. This is just a collection I had in the house. For every house I landed at, I did outdoor demonstrations. So I got about 4, maybe 5, 6 years worth of outside demonstrations. As you notice, it's still daylight outside. You're going to have to be able to show all this off. This is what I was showing off on one of the demonstrations. Look at that, outside paint on demonstration. We painted a screen literally outside around 4 o'clock. You have to be to do these kind of demonstrations to show that your product can do exactly what it's designed to do. Look at motorized projection screens. You never done that? Look at the time of the day. This is what I mean by why individuals were sitting there hating and being upset. We were working, getting the job done. And now I can come here, sit back in my office, and I can show demonstrations of, oh, this is a beautiful one right here. This is the screen. This is the 2600 lumen laser projector Casio that was mounted on the side of a deck. And we actually were producing images. This is a screen right here showing that the screen can take constant ambient light from every corner. No better way to do a demonstration than have the screen laying completely flat to the ground. This is the kind of demonstrations you have to be able to display when it comes to proving that your screen paint products work. And this is why we can clearly state we have the most demonstrations and more experience than most people, if any, if not all, when it comes to, well, actually it comes to anything in screen paints. Look how clean the image is coming up. Look how beautiful that is. You don't see people shooting demonstrations from that point of view because, again, like I said, screen will have issues, it may wash out. Mind, this is supposed to be a screen that's so dark you can't see it, but yet at 2600 lumens, 11 feet in the air, it can actually pick up an image while there's light passing over the screen outside at 11 feet away. We don't see them doing these demonstrations. This is why I always ask, where are your test demonstrations? Where are your test demonstrations? There's no test. They don't have any tests. Look at this, outside black technology. Someone's asking us about painting fabric. Y'all can't do this because your screens can't see contrast. That's why. Can't pick it up. See the change in it? Even the demonstrations out in the snow. Let me just give you a sample on when you post onto your sites and say your product is outside, it's not. You are so far behind, it's not even funny. Do you know how many, oh, here we are in the snow now. Do you know how many demonstrations you have to have on an outdoor screen to even get the recognition that it has outdoor capabilities? You have to have thousands and thousands of pictures and videos and tests that have to be done showing that your product actually works. Look, we can pull contrast level on a snowstorm. You know how hard that is to do? That means everything out there is reflecting a ton of white light, and that screen can still maintain that contrast level. At, that was 150-inch screen on display. Now, the reason why I say this is because as I talk, not only do I talk to my customers, showing them how amazing our technology is too, but to people at the end of the day who call themselves whether they be certified or non-certified, who call themselves making these products and making claims that they can't lay hold to by saying that, hey, look, we have the exact same thing. We're doing the same thing. No, you're not. When I asked where are the test demonstrations, there's no test demonstrations. Where are the hardcore video demonstrations? There's nothing there. Any pictures? There's nothing there. There's a black screen showing snow. Now back to the wintertime. Outside. This is what you're going to have in order to be able to get on the map. There was Taco out there. Mr. Taco was out there in front of the camera. So these demonstrations I'm clicking through, this is nothing. This is nothing. This is just one place I was living at. Like 4 or 5 different places. This is nothing at all. I wonder how many demonstrations I actually have. Back outside again on the inflatable. There's a black inflatable screen. So we're going to put the giant grid below. And this will show our picture demonstrations. We're going to push the customers up to the top, very top right there. Just saw the seasons change in the video. That's how advanced our experience level. We just saw the seasons change in the slideshows I'm clicking through. Now, the new outdoor technology that we have under Black Series, you can code that on inflatable screens. We're going to be putting an option in there for the option will be outside 250 inch screen. Now we switched over to the 250. All right, well, with that being said, we're done here. I got to go. I got to build me a giant grid to display the videos because we'll be here forever going through our picture slideshows. This shows you the difference when we sit there and say that we have the most demonstrations on every level. I haven't got to the dual 150s yet. We have the most demonstrations on anybody when it comes to outdoor, indoor, whatever it may be. We can back it up. As for the others, well, they can't. Got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.